because it
Hi
looks
there,
better that way.
welcome to Date Night with the Lunas. I'm Angelique Luna, and this is my co-host, partner in crime, John C. Luna, puppy, whatever you want to else you want to acknowledge.
Overworked, exhausted, and now a hurricane's coming.
Yes, a hurricane's coming to Florida. Hurricane party! Woohoo!
I'm upset by this. They told me it was going to be current last one category.
Right.
Now they're saying it might be a 3, and I'm thinking it's our governor just cutting bullshit.
Yeah.
Either way, you should have a hurricane party.
Yes, always. Florida hurricane parties, totally. And it's like the way it's curving, it's kind of like it was heading towards Tampa, towards us, and now it's going up to the
like
now it's going to sea.
Like one of those penises
it's like doing a
one.
It's trying to do its YMCA. Yes, it's curved, so it's circumcised now, I guess.
The circumcised and the curve have nothing to do with each other.
Are you sure?
The circumcision is completely independent of the curve.
Are you sure? I thought with
I got a meme about penis curves. And they're genetic, you know.
So happy Monday. We're going to start off with our sponsors, Tom's Trip, because we're leaving in about, 45 days or so?
That's pretty close.
Yeah, it is pretty close there. So there's still some rooms available, a little bit, but
where are we going?
We are going to Hito 2 because Tom's Trip is your award-winning leader in adult lifestyle travel to Hito, desire, temptation, cruises, conventions, and more.
Basically, they basically specialize in kink and swinger cruises.
Yes.
And resorts.
And resorts there. And they're doing a whole week, a takeover of bisexual couples, men, females, and we have pretty much 80% of the hotel sold out. It's a buyout. Completely buyout, which is nice. So if you're bi and you're looking for like-minded bi individuals, couples, single females, males, we're going to be there. We're going to be teaching. So
we're going to be kinky.
We're going to be very kinky, and we're going to find out how kinky we are in regards to that. I'm not liking you not being in the video. It's like,
you want me to be over more?
Yes. Okay, there. So that way, yes, I feel much more comfortable there.
Still gonna tickle you.
I know. You're
Our feet are the worst. However, don't do it to me because I kick. If I got like size 13s, I will kick through a wall.
It's just like pedicure, but you're just like, you were ruining my speech here, my whole spiel, because it's like, if you book with us, we get a little kickback there, but then, that also proves that, hey, we're doing our job in selling rooms and bringing our loyal followers and listeners with us, because like I said, it's gonna be our first time. So SDC, have any of you gone to Hito 2 in Jamaica? Drop in the comments. We like to know. We also like to know where you're from, all the different places that you are in the world, because we're always curious to see what people are doing. But yeah, it'll be fun. I don't know, tickling beach. I know we're close to the beach. One of our rooms. Yeah,
because close is like walking distance.
Yeah, walking distance. Yes. Yeah, we weren't on the beach because, by the time we started booking our room, it was all sold out.
We did try for the bigger one.
Yes.
However, the good news is,
yes,
hurricane is nowhere near Jamaica. Jamaica's on the other side.
Yes. Well, we don't know. No. Well, usually October is not a big hurricane season, really. So we should be fine in October. Right now, it's August and September, which someone was pointing out a meme. They were making fun of, people in Louisiana are not afraid of Friday the 13th. What they're afraid of is August 29th. And then they listed all the dates all these hurricanes hit on August 29th. And I think it was 6 hurricanes, back to back since Katrina. I still want to know who cursed them, the August 29th, which makes me wonder now that it's not hitting Louisiana, but it's coming from Florida now. It's who cursed Florida now?
So I had the greatest idea for a meme. I just didn't put it together, though.
Oh, God.
It was for the hurricane.
Oh, Lord.
Well, they kept posting memes, and people are like suitcases and shopping carts full of Bud and Bud Light. And in the middle of them was a guy with a couple of those 30 packs of condoms,
a
champagne, and a bunch of roses. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to his party. That's
the good
part.
I missed that meme. Oh my God, that is hysterical. That is a cool meme. That's actually pretty cool. But it's accurate, At least he's been responsible with the condoms, because how many babies were born in 2005
Jesus Christ.
because of the 2004 hurricanes?
I know a few of them
Honestly.
personally.
Yeah, because there was like Charlie, Francis, and Jean. They all hit. So that was August and September, which meant what it's like March babies, April babies, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like pretty insane. So like right now, so what we say with the hurricane preparedness, you could also go to your local sex shop to get a lot of your supplies. So
Make sure you have lube.
Yes.
Don't want to run out of lube.
Well, here's the funny part. This is true. So you could go to like Fair Villa, our local sponsor, and go buy batteries, because if the store says they have batteries, they have batteries. They have toys. They have game boards, things that you need to educate. Snacks, chocolates, waters. So they have all the stuff that you do need to prepare for a hurricane, compared to like going to the grocery store and like fighting the crowds. So you get the stuff that the essentials. Because I think we were teaching a class. What was their class?
Tantra?
No, our hurricane.
Hunker down.
Hunker down, where we kind of like named a lot of the stuff that you could go to, like, Ace Hardware, your grocery store, to buy, that you can also buy at your sex shop, because they're kind of going hand in hand.
What would you need? Rope. They have it at the sex shop.
They have it at the sex
Chains.
shop.
They have it at the sex shop. What else?
Batteries. They have it at the sex shop.
Light up stuff.
Light up stuff.
Lasers.
Yes.
We have butt plugs with lasers.
Lasers, yes. But
why, I don't know. But we have butt plugs with lasers coming out the back.
Totally
that say,
need that.
I love you anally on the wall.
Well,
I love that. I can't.
Or fuck me. It's like, yes,
Yeah,
the fuck me was really good there. So those are the things that you need to prepare and get ready for a hurricane, because that's what you need. But safe sex is very important. Condoms are very important there in regards to it, because it's like, we don't want a repeat of the 2004 hurricane season. It's like all 2005 new babies.
Well, the truth is, if a hurricane's coming, yeah, I'd rather go down to the Caribbean and avoid it, which is coming up soon.
Right.
So definitely sign up for the trip.
But
I would much rather be in an orgy, or just me and you. And the thing is, here's the problem. We need to get a weather radio. Because our last house was, the neighborhood had the sirens.
Oh yeah,
the tornado siren.
The tornado.
So we could have sex and make all the noise we want. And when the sirens went off, jump into the closet.
Right.
There are no sirens here.
Yes.
We're like 5 miles from Disney World, and
we have fire.
I think the reason we don't have sirens is because of Disney. We get fireworks, but no. That way you can have a great orgy, and you just need the radio to go off to say, okay, everyone, cuddle in the closet. Okay, you didn't get hit. Come on out back, have sex.
But see, if I'm going to do that, I'd rather be with somebody's house that has a large walk-in closet. Our walk-in closet is small, so it's barely roomy enough for us to have sex.
Says the woman who won't go camping. I'm just saying, you can survive in there. I'm not going to spend like a week in there. I'd rather be at Tom Strips in Jamaica.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but it's just like, it's a couple of hours that you got to hunker down, and it's just like, I want room to have sex. It's like, that's the whole thing. I want to have room.
Are you saying that for the next house, you want a closet you can sleep in next to the bedroom where we're sleeping in, just in case?
Just in case. Yes.
We could move north and get a basement.
Or
karaoke. You're ticklish tonight.
I'm not doing karaoke. We play the lottery, get multi-millions, and get the $1 million house that has the basement. Because there are homes with basements here in Florida, but unfortunately they're in the millions. So yes, I would love that. That one house we saw in Warner Park was awesome. That was us. Yeah.
We actually found a house with a basement a
while back. Yeah.
But in order to build a basement, you actually have to build a first floor and then just stack all the land up around it to raise it. And then you build your second floor is actually your first floor. But we noticed a lot of spackle in certain places and certain things on the wall.
Yep.
It was a fucking dungeon.
It
I
was
don't
a
care
dungeon.
what you say,
Yes,
that was a
the
dungeon.
dungeon. That was
There was
absolutely
massive sex parties now.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Because it even had its own little side entrance there that I'm like, yeah, you don't even have to go in through the house to get to the basement. There's a side entrance, so there like orgy parties, so awesome. Yes, totally. I would have loved to do that. So craziest wild places to have sex there. Love it.
You know,
Yeah.
with the neighborhood we live in,
Oh yeah.
we have a neighbor that's starting to get noticing. And it's so fucking annoying. You guys ever have situations where neighbors get a little too nosy for their own fucking good?
The nosy neighbor, like really nosy. It's like, it's just like, because I had one of my sugar daddies come over and it was, yeah, I had a play date basically after, yeah. And he has a really nice Harley and I didn't go out to see it, but I already know like a good chunk of his toys. So it's like, I kind of figure it's all like mapped out. I think it's a Sturgis. Sturgis, yes, Sturgis, yeah, something like that there. But again, it's like I wasn't sure. So next day I come home. Here we go, because he's in a wheelchair. Got hey, who's that person who came over last night with you? It's like, I'm like,
a friend?
A friend? Really, a friend? Yes, it's a friend. Well, had a really nice, but I'm like, that's nice. He had a real nice bike. Yeah. So what? What he needs. So I had to tell my play date, and he's just like, you think he heard us? And I'm like, probably, because I was a little bit too loud, and the way like the houses are close, but his
driveway is right outside the window.
Yeah, his driveway's next to, but also his living room, because his living room is it's in the back area there, but our garage is like close up, and his garage is like it's a weird setup the way it is. So, but it is close enough. I want to say like what 2-3 feet like away.
That's a good 8 feet.
8 feet. Okay, so it's 8 feet there.
But if he's outside, he's gonna hear.
Yeah, he's gonna hear me.
But he's heard us many times.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm not quiet. I'm really not. No, I am not. I'm just like I'm really loud and all that. But yeah. It was annoying. It was very annoying.
We're not getting any messages on SDC.
Yeah.
So let's just say hi. I know a bunch of people are seeing. Just say hi and tell us where you're from. We keep getting people from Holland.
Yeah, there we go.
It's coming there, but it's not up there. It's doing that again.
It's doing that again. Yes.
No worries.
Yeah, we're doing it there. No, but it's just like I'm not seeing it. So, want. Sorry, SDC again.
This has happened more than once.
Yes. So I apologize if you're sending comments here in regards to it, but also if you want to send comments on other stuff, like I don't know.
We would have to log into Facebook.
What, Facebook? I think we are. You could do that.
I will do that because we're talking.
Yes, so we're not ignoring you because we're not seeing the comments on SDC there.
It's just SDC is not a group that's quiet.
No, it's not.
So,
you guys are always like chit-chatting, telling us what's going on. Yeah, right. No, the other one. The other one. It was, yeah.
Oh, keep going. Yeah. I'll do what you do. No, you keep doing that. I'll do the technical side.
I'll do the technical side there. Yeah, so again, we apologize for that. But yeah, getting ready for a hurricane, that should be an essential. So like I said, another of my crazy adventures, because as many of you know, we are in an open relationship, bisexual couple. I just prefer to be dating sugar daddies. So on the sugar daddy websites in there. And when you're dating a sugar daddy, there's a different level of expectations of what you're dating. A lot of it's like the girlfriend experience. There's also, it's not just sex, you're paying. It's like, if that was the case, I'll go on the escort sites or, to the sex sites there. But it is one of those like, hey, there's more to it. Like, wine and dine, dinner, conversations, it's a mutual beneficial relationship there. So you're, being there as a soundboard or being there, to do the companionship, the intimacy, all the different types, which is sexual, physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. Those are the different intimacy sets. So I'm started chatting with a couple ones, and a lot of them were like, yeah, let's just go back to your place and fuck. And I'm like, say what? No, it's like, I want a little bit more. I want to be wine and dine. You know,
You want to have fun.
I want to have fun. You know, this is the whole reason why I go into the sugar dating sites, because I want more than just, hey, I just come knocking at your door and have sex. And even that, I don't like oftentimes bringing people over to my house, you know, just for that. As it's just like, unless they're here for a conscious erotic touch, you know, that's a different story altogether. But what do you call it? How do we see comments here? I didn't know how to.
No, I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
Well, this button here says comments.
Oh, there are comments. Yeah, we got comments there. Okay, cool. Hello. Okay.
What are pros and cons of having a sugar daddy?
Pros and cons: allowance, getting money, getting to experience more of the higher end of you know, restaurants, stuff that, you know, normally you wouldn't splurge. Like, we like to go out, but you know, going to a 4-star, 5-star dining, or like Michelin stars, it's like 3 stars Michelin, I should know, like, you know, going to like the higher ends, and you know, dressing up, dolling up, it is to me more beneficial going that, because I like substance and someone who could actually chat and talk, because oftentimes some of the people that just want to get together and fuck cannot hold a conversation. I need to be mentally stimulated a lot.
From what you told me, and I know we've done articles about this.
Yeah.
It's not so much a better thing. It's just more of, for you like the experience, you find it exciting. I know that part.
Yeah.
You love attention. You love being the center of attention. But you also, and the best way I put it is, you love going to those who-whos. Okay. I don't mind going to stuff like that, but there are times you get ridiculously excited because we go to some what do you call, charity parties, and there's mayor, and there's, you know, was one of the richest people in Central Florida. You knew the couple, and you go, I'm looking around going, okay, nice. Rich people have not impressed me. They're the same thing as everyone else. They just happen to have money. I would like their money, but it doesn't impress me. I grew up in New York City around people who had shitloads of money, and again, I'm a little different. You really do like being around all that, and it's exciting for you, and I could see the excitement in your face.
It is an adrenaline rush. It is, and it is talking different types of things, you know, talking politics, talking world topics, you know, sports, you know. It's not like the mundane stuff. Hey, how was your day? What's going on? If they want to talk about their day, then yes, I'll be there. I'll be the sounding board. You know, the whole girlfriend experience, you know, like the whole butterflies in your stomach, things like that. How you doing? Da da da. But it is, I love dolling up. I really do. But it's like a lot of times when we go out, it's not, you know, the fancy events, and we're also kind of like, you know, mindful of how we spend our money and where we actually want to spend it there, because our disposable income is totally different than compared to sugar daddy's disposable income. That's why, you know, for them it's like, and you know, $500 is like $5 to them, honestly, you know, that vice versa, you know, kind of deal.
Yeah, my $5 is their
500. Yeah, you know, that's basically what it is. So, and it is, you know, having that, you know, adrenaline rush to do that, but it's just, some of these people don't get what sugar relationships are. They just think it's like getting together with a younger person and fucking. No, and it's just like a lot of the TikTok videos are like that. You know, there's this one girl, it's like, she drives me freaking insane. She does. And it's like, I haven't done a TikTok video, and I should. I totally should. She's like, just get married, witch. I'm like,
does she speak like that?
Yes, she has that.
Because I felt like you were going to say marriage. It just came off with that kind of accent.
You know, because I don't even think she's Russian, you know, because she's trying to like bake it. And I know she's out of Miami, kind of deal. But it was funny because, what do you call it? We taught a class on Thursday over at Fair Villa. Yes. We were live in person. And as I'm like going around, because I like picking up the product so we could display it in class, and it was our first hybrid class. So it was like, you could watch us on Zoom or you can attend the class in person. And so while I'm going around picking up like my products, I saw clearly an obvious night and day, a sugar daddy with 2 sugar babies. I could see the 20-year difference. The guy was definitely late 30s, early 40s. The girls were late teens, early 20s. Clearly, and how they were giggling and how they're like, oh, this, oh, that. And I'm just like, oh God, I don't remember ever doing that. Annoying, but I guess I grew up in the old school, classy than versus trashy.
You were
And
very cynical against the trashy, though.
yes, I am very cynical and against the trashy because it's like they just give, like, that's the expectation. Like you have to be like this. And I'm like, there's a etiquette, a fine way of eloquently being seductive and classy than just being very trashy in regards to that. And I'm like, I'm not knocking them, I'm not dissing them at all. It's just, you know, I guess it's vocabulary and presentation. I'm very finical. Ah, here we are. Not our thing. Don't yuck on someone else's young. It takes all kinds that don't like it, but whatever. Yes, I totally, Caribbean explorers. Yes, I totally agree on it. I am not yucking on their yum. It's just like, but it's very much the standard of the social media TikToks. Like there isn't that, you know, the elegance, the etiquette classes. Yeah.
And a comment over here.
Uh-huh.
So pros are money, experience, and being appreciated for being uber feminine. Cons are risk of zero intelligence, intelligent,
Conversational, potentially assuming you're going straight to the into the sex. Absolutely. It's like, yes, the like straight to the sex. I'm like, no, I want to be wine and dine. And some of these sugar babies, they expect to get some kind of compensation at the first date. And I'm like, no, it's dinner and drinks. It's an interview. Let's see if we're compatible. Oh, and then the other guy that I talked to, because there was these other on-site mistravel. So he just clearly was saying, it's like, hey, do you want to do what do you call it, camming? And it's like, I'll give you $200-300 for camming. And I'm like, okay, so if that's all he wants, at least he's straightforward, honest, fine, I'll do that. But I told him, it's like, okay, my availability is this, and I gave him my availability. He wasn't there, I didn't call him, he didn't text me. I'm like, okay, fine, you missed that window of opportunity. We're busy, you know, we're scheduling things. And then he just starts blowing up my phone. And I'm like, dude, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm busy right now. And then he started accusing me, well, you're a scammer, you're a fake, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not a scammer, because one, no money was exchanged, no promises were exchanged. I told you my window of opportunity. If you weren't available, that is not my fault. That is yours. You know, we could reschedule something, and I could tell him, okay, fine. And already with that kind of attitude, I could read between the lines that he's going to be one of those wannabe doms, being domineering, telling me what to do, how to do it because of his money and what. I'm like, homegirl, don't play that. So when I finally got a hold of him, I was actually driving, and it's like, look, I'm driving, I'm available at this time. If you want to talk, let's talk. So he's like, okay, well, how much of a time? I'm like, I can't tell you right now how much money to put down. You know, we'll talk later. And then he was just like, again, blowing up my phone, doing this, like, can you wait? And it's just like, I wanted to get home, get some dinner, relax, and get prepared, because I wanted, like, you know, if I'm going to have this, I want to be like sexy and things like that. But I also wanted to have a conversation first to see what exactly are the expectations, what are the boundaries, because we're big on boundaries. We always talk about boundaries, even with us, even with play dates. It's like, you got to make sure you have this. And I knew right off the bat, this guy was not going to respect my boundaries. So when I finally got a hold of him, after like me calling him and trying to get him, it's like, hey, I'm available. This is the time, da da da, kind of deal. And then he finally, I'm like, I was just polite, and I said, hey, I don't think this is going to work out. You know, the expectations was like, well, you're just a loser, click. I'm like, whoa.
Well, the truth is, okay, we have a lower limit of ages.
Yeah.
And it's not like a set limit; it's a maturity limit.
It's a maturity limit.
And it's funny because a couple months ago, I was talking with someone, and they started off, and I'm like, "Oh, you're a little young," but I started talking, and I said, "Okay, I'll talk with my wife, but you're a little younger. Let me see." And I put the phone down, I walked away for 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, this kid and his girlfriend had a meltdown on the phone because I wasn't answering. I came back to the phone. There was literally 15 texts ending with "fuck you, you piece of shit." I'm like, dude, I took a crap. People need to calm down.
Yeah, and it's like some people feel like they own your time and schedule. I'm like, you don't own anything, and that's why I prefer to go on a first date, have some drinks, go to dinner, even if it's like a coffee date, to really sit down, talk, go over to see what the expectations are, how we're going to get along. And especially if it's a brand new sugar daddy, I would be kind of like, okay, let's see if I really want to. I'll tell you straight off the bat, I have no patience for newbies, for anybody.
Okay, you're not a teacher in many places.
Oh no, I'm not a teacher in many places. No, when it comes to my playtime, no. I am happy to coach people, help them, educate them. I'm totally cool with that. But when it comes to my playtime, I have no patience. None.
Well, we teach classes.
I
So
know.
we do love doing the lectures. We love teaching people and showing people how to do stuff. It's you don't like when they bring in the emotional drama. And that's the part where it drags us down. You want to know how to rope people up? I will tell you. You want to know how to hit people? I will tell you. You want to know how to seduce people? You want to say how disappointed you are in your date and then start leading into your mom and your dad. And it's funny because our dates haven't gone there.
I remember the one date that we went out, we met up for dinner, we had drinks, everything was going great. And we got along and we're like, we looked at each other, we're like, okay, cool. Let's go back to our place. Let's go and have some fun. And, I don't know where it ended up to be a 3-hour therapy session. I don't know how it derailed at that point. I was just like, no, I was ready to have sex. Okay, so I want to know, audience members, straight up, do you need to have games in order to get into the mood and play with somebody? You met them, you had drinks, you clicked, but do you need to get games? Because this one couple that we had the 3-hour therapy session, they said, well, don't you have any games to get into the mood? And I'm like,
I was in the mood 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
It only lasts so long.
I know. It was just like, I want to know if there's like particular games or things like that. I know a lot of people get, alcohol drinks to like loosen them up. I get it. I totally understand if you need a drink or two.
Not 12.
Not 12, not to the point that you can't consent or you can't like even listen to me.
Walk.
Not even walk. Like it's like there was also another guy, another sugar daddy, another of my horror stories. It's like we met at a bar, and at that point he's already like what do you call it? Drunk. And I told him, it's like, look, can you stop drinking and we can have a conversation? He didn't listen to me. He just kept drinking. I'm like, you know what? It's not gonna work out. If you're not respecting my boundaries, if I ask you to please not have another drink after you've already had 7 and you're still going to drive home, I'm like, I don't care if you live 5 minutes away. You're going to drive? No. Like, no. Let's see, someone, no, like it's game night or something. No, it's like you met a couple, you met for dinner, and then you went back. Do you need a game? It's not a game night, but something to get into the mood.
It's been a while since we've actually gone out and actually done a date with another couple.
Yeah, I know, because your schedule's been crazy.
Well, I know this year's been tough, but I think it is something that eventually we should do again.
We need to do that.
Yes, we do. It's finding people again, finding them. SDC is a great place to find it, but by no means are we prudes.
No.
And me and her are usually the first people to drop our clothes.
Yeah.
Especially at a party. However, it is just finding a couple that we can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even judgmental.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, like I said, if you're down a 12-pack of Bud Light in the first 5 minutes of us meeting, that may be a sign we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just finding a couple, talk to, have some fun, whatever. You're cool, I'm cool, great. Let's go back to my place and fuck, and let's make this a monthly thing.
Yeah, because we want to make sure that everyone is conscious to consent. And when someone says no, then yeah, Yes, we have played with bi males. We, right now we prefer like couples. We want to make sure that we have together. It's not like we're, it's not, how do I even politely say like we discriminate? It's not
Well,
that.
okay.
No.
We had a couple of really bad experiences.
Yeah.
Not, we've met, we have done some bi guys.
Right.
And it worked out really well
Mm-hmm.
because they shared equal time and we were both attracted.
Right.
I've also had a bi guy come over, said he was bi.
Yep.
And the moment we got naked, he was on you.
Right.
Anytime I even touched him, he moved away.
Right.
And he's like, well, I said I was only curious. I'm like, no,
you didn't.
have text that said you were bi. And he goes, well, I'm just not attracted to you then. And I'm like, you could have said that like driving home, all of a sudden. It's nothing bad. And here's the thing. I've been a bi guy that was single before we got together. And I know how hard this is. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those, we're not against it. But it is going to have to be, we'll meet, we'll have some fun. Don't be super pushy because our schedule is insane. And then we see from there. And here's the other thing, rejection.
Yes.
Well, I know I'm not everyone's taste. I know I can be extreme. Same for you.
Yeah.
And when people say, hey, I'm not interested, cool.
Okay, no problem. Let's
It
chat.
doesn't mean I hate you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm going to talk bad about you. It just means I don't want to have sex with you.
How to gracefully accept rejection is the way to see it. If someone said no, it's like, no, thank you, and that's fine. We've had, even couples. It's like, I remember we were at in Colette's and we were chatting with that couple. And that whole time we wasted with them. Then they said, oh, yeah, well, not interested. It's like, why didn't you tell us earlier so that way we could surf around and check other couples?
Well, to get the whole story, we're at Colette, and the way Colette's set up is there's a bar and some couches. Mm-hmm. And literally, the guy got up after we were sitting for 10, 15 minutes, came to us and said, hi there, my name is whatever. Would you like to join me and my wife over here? We'd like to get to know you.
Yeah.
Score. Polite, nice. We sat down, we talked for a while. Everything seemed to be going in the right direction. Cool. Would you like to go up to the rooms? Well, we don't play. We just do this as like excitement. Okay, that, no offense, but we're there for a good maybe 2 hour, 3 hour period before it closes. It's not like it's a resort. We're there for the weekend.
Yeah.
You're there for a series. And I'm like, okay, so couldn't have let us know that ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, we're in a time crunch, okay? We only have a limited time. Someone's like, I feel your pain. I feel you come across more people who waste time intentionally or unintentionally than people who actually vibe with. It is. But I know for myself, I can't speak for you, but for myself, I do need that mental stimulation. It's kind of rare that I just want the, hot sex. It's like, hey,
unless it's me.
Yeah, it's like,
just jump your balls.
Exactly. But it's like, hey, I find you hot and sexy. I want to, not like in New Orleans where I confused the guy. I was chatting with a guy in the hallways, things like that, and then I saw a guy, which I thought it was him, and in reality it wasn't.
You grabbed the wrong guy, but you still grabbed him.
I still grabbed him, and jackhammer. Oh, I love jackhammer. He was so.
Oh, he was. We drove back down to South Florida for jackhammer.
Yeah.
When I say jackhammer, I mean.
He just jackhammer.
You were on all fours. Mm-hmm. He was behind you, and I was just listening to the. I was impressed.
Yes, and not to mention, like John, like put his,
junk in my bed.
Yes.
I kind of waved my dick right here,
and I was.
And she didn't do nothing, so I'm not gonna like stand there for a while. I thought, okay, let her have some fun. I'm enjoying myself. By the way,
I was in some
we're coupled up. Yeah. That if we cook up and she's having a ball and I'm like, not so, go have fun. Mm-hmm. I'm cool sitting. I'm not gonna be jealous.
And vice versa. Yeah, exactly.
No, vice versa. If I'm fucking and I'm having great and she's like, what? Just keep going.
Yeah, because
support each other.
Yeah, because that happened to us because we were teaching a class. So we actually were talking back to back. And I lost my voice. So sometimes that happens to me. So I lost my voice. I couldn't talk whatsoever.
Ever heard a screamer lose their voice?
Yeah. Yes. And we hooked up with a couple. And unfortunately, the gentleman, I don't know what happened, but he's just like, can we just cuddle? And I'm like, say what? And I couldn't say anything. I couldn't, because I was trying to get John to like translate for me because he kind of knows some of my stuff. And he was too busy with the girl. And I'm like,
I was pounding the hell out of her having a
he
ball.
was. And I was just like, cuddle.
I mean, you
Cuddle.
like, I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it was.
I cuddle. Just like that. So I need mental stimulation as well. So that may be why I personally found it more difficult. Yeah, sometimes it is, you know. So we're going like talking with the chat rooms here. It is kind of possible. You need that mental stimulation, and sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't.
Actually, it's right time.
Okay.
2 things to mention.
Okay, 2 things.
2 things to mention.
2 things.
One, I just switched the thing because we do have other sponsor we talked to,
Yeah.
obviously Fairville.
Yes.
We did a class with them on Tantra.
Yes.
And we have more classes coming up. We're going to do one on male pleasure in September.
Yes, male pleasure, giving and receiving. Yes.
That's September something.
14th,
anyway,
24th.
go to fairvilleuniversity.com. Yeah. However,
I'll put it on our calendar.
As we're talking about meeting people, we do meet and greets. We're doing resorts. We love doing stuff like that. My birthday's coming up.
Yes.
And you organized a what?
Usually,
a night at Howl at the Moon Saloon.
Howl at the Moon on September 8th. They have a, what do you call it? A happy hour between 7 and 9. So we are going to do a happy hour on September 8th, 7 to 9. And unfortunately, that same night, or fortunately, if you're a Swiftie, it is Taylor Swift night. So they're going to be playing a lot of Taylor Swift. Chances are after 9 o'clock, John and I are bouncing. Chances are. I don't know. Depends on who all comes. It is free for everyone to come. Just say that you're with Angelique Luna or John's birthday or Date Night with the Lunas. I have to double check what it is, but I definitely think it's just say you're with the Angelique Luna group party and you get 2 free drinks. There's a list of the items on the Eventbrite. So if you look for John's birthday, I think, or is it meaning? I have to figure it out. I'll find the link. I keep forgetting.
It's September 8th.
September 8th. It's a Friday night.
And for everyone here who's in Orlando,
yes,
who says, you want to meet us? You want to go ahead and, I know some single male was mentioning here, come over. I'm not looking for gifts. I mean, sure, throw money at me. But what I'm looking for is fun. And come over, meet us, talk. If we connect, great. I will ask you for the number. We're straightforward.
Yeah, we're very straightforward. Even though we're bi.
God, that's the other thing. We're straightforward, but we're never straight.
Yes, we're never straight.
But what we do is, honestly, if we like you, I'm going to be straight up and say, okay, let's, I'd like your number. I'd like to get together at a later point in time. I'm going to be straight with you, or I'm not going to fuck with you.
Yes.
And say, yeah, sure, let's meet again later.
We don't like, no.
Come to Howl at the Moon.
Yes.
Have a drink, listen to some music. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a dueling piano bar.
Mm-hmm. So with a live band.
Oh, yeah. They have the drums. It's not going to be the C crowd this time. Our last time was someone went on vacation.
Yeah, that was bad because that's how we went to Howl at the Moon for a swingers meet and greet, which surprisingly we were the only couple there.
Yeah, that was another weird one.
That was another weird one. And then the event host was like, well, she's working. I'm like, then don't have the event if your partner is not there. I'm sorry, when you do swinger meet and greets, you always have to have it.
Someone just said something that I really, really like.
And appreciate.
You guys got us through the pandemic. That is great. Because talking to the camera and thinking people are listening is what got us through the pandemic.
Yes.
Because not having anyone to talk to drove us nuts. Howl at the Moon Saloon is on iDrive in Orlando.
Yes.
And it's the night of September 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So it is my big 50th. And I want to go out and have some fun. And then Saturday, no plans.
We don't know
what we're doing. I don't know if I'm going to have an orgy or I'm just going to go ahead and me and you drop into a coma and sleep all day.
So, but who knows? If people donate like gifts, cash gifts, then we could probably do something fun. So it's like I'm doing the shameless pub.
I just want to have fun.
He wants to have fun.
I want people.
Yes, and it's just
Sexy
like,
people.
hey, it's like you get 2 free drinks, and they have like a little appetizer bar there from 7 to 9. It's a free event. So yes, I'm still debating on getting him a Scooby-Doo cake because he's my puppy. I want my puppy to get his Scooby-Doo cake, but it's up to him. It's up to the puppy. Last year, I got him a bone. So you ate the bone all by yourself. Yes, you had that. And we didn't have it.
Yeah,
So yes.
I'm sorry. I'm trimming down and working out more. And I also next week I have to go. I have a shoulder injury, but I'm trying to do it to again doing a little bit of modeling and stuff. And I love my wife, but at the same time, she's like, here's cakes and here's Scooby treats.
It's his 50th. It's his 50th birthday. I want as many people to come. And like I said, it's a free event. It's Hell at the Moon. It's on our social media. I'm going to make sure it's on our social media.
A month later, then we go to?
We'll go to Hito for my birthday. So for my birthday,
our birthdays are close enough. We'll just continue it. Continue to celebrate.
We'll keep, you have a whole month of September for my Virgo to celebrate. Celebrate his birthday and adventures, and hopefully we'll have lots of fun stuff and singing and drinking. And so I just still don't know if you want to go inside or if you want to go stay outside in the porch area. I think we'll stay in the porch area there, because then it's not as loud and we could probably talk more.
I would like to talk. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Talking.
We
like talking.
Talking, yes. We like to get to know you.
Well, I was just saying in general. We've been at restaurants and clubs, where I was screaming like this at you, and the music was so loud, if I didn't look at her lips, I couldn't tell what she was speaking. We like loud. We've done like 2 concerts in the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. We just also need places to talk.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we must. I enjoy meeting you guys with my Virgo rising and my Libra. Yes, the Virgo and the Libra. Yes, I know. It's and how we balance is still beyond. And this whole full moon, blue moon thing is messing me up big time. Yeah. Well, no, you like the beer, but it's like, astrologically, I am just like, I got in this organizational purging thing. So I was going through my phone. Yeah, I just realized I had over 16,000 photos and videos on my phone that it says, "Oh, your device is full." I'm like, "Oh crap!" So
here's the important part. How many of those photos were me or you naked? Quite a lot. Quite a lot.
And I'm very notorious at taking photos of John when he's sleeping naked, because he's so cute.
You want to know something? Earlier this year, I was in Miami. I met a new person called Dr. Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
That it ended up, the 3 of us, me, a friend, and her, were all in one room. And I was going to sleep on the floor. She said, no, come up on the bed. I went to bed early. She comes in. Apparently, I moved myself sideways and took up like most of the bed. So the next morning, I find pictures on my phone of me naked. Actually, no, mostly naked. I did not I did not sleep naked with strangers. But
well, see, here's the thing. If it's 2 queen size beds or double beds, because oftentimes hotels have double beds, John and I sleep in separate beds because of that. Because we
fuck in one bed.
Yeah.
But then you like move over.
Yeah, because you do that angle thing, and I'm like, that's why we have king size beds. That's why I always, when we travel, as much as possible, get a king size bed, because you never know. Also, it's like just in case we get some play.
As opposed to
yes,
when I've seen other couples do this, and I've done it with some other traveling mates, where one bed's for sleeping in,
and one bed's for fucking.
The other bed gets messy, whether it's from squirters or other bodily fluids that just happen to go. We never hit the wall.
No.
But yes, that other bed will get very messy.
Yes.
And
yes.
One time I jumped into the wrong bed because I was lots of sex, went out, did a bunch of stuff, drank a little, didn't forget, got back in, got into bed, laid down, went, oh, I'm gonna take a shower now. Oh. Yes. It was sticky.
Well, yeah, that's why we travel with our sheet now, to make sure that we can rinse it off later.
Best investment.
Yes.
A rubber sheet.
A rubber sheet.
Not a fitted sheet, just rubber sheet. And we take that everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. So in the chat room, same. Whenever I get stuck with double beds, the beds are designated for certain things. Of course they are. But you know what I need to get is one of the absorption traveling blanket. That one. Like, so like it's like
mat?
it's kind of like a puppy mat. So yeah, it is like it absorbs the fluids there, but instead of a rubber, so it is like sheet. So yeah, there's so many different things to travel with, and it's like.
Well, what we've been doing is even home.
Yeah.
Go to like Walmart, go to Ross is the best place. Get a shitty blanket, something that's comfortable. But we've been picking up queen size and king size for like 12 to 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah, on clearance. Yeah, so we go there to make sure that those are the ones that we're like, I don't care about it.
But then the sheet, but then the rubber sheet goes under it.
Right.
So you just grab the whole thing, it soaks it up. You throw it in the in the wash. It washes. It's good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. But it is funny when you go outside and you realize you're, rinsing off the sheet again. You're like, yep, we painted again. Brushing it off with the hose. As the neighbors ask, what do you do?
Yes, or like in the hotel room, just like hanging it over. They're like, what the heck is that? So.
However, have you ever made the mistake of taking all your sex toys and putting them out on either the dresser or better yet, when you wash them off and you let them dry in the bathroom?
Yeah.
And then you leave and you come back and you realize there's chocolate on your pillow and you're like, yeah, this is nothing they haven't seen before, but.
Oh, I know. But it's like, well, in FetishCon, which is pretty cool, they actually put like a sheet. The housekeeping tells you what, to please put away all your toys before us entering. It's like, oh, that's
actually
so
what it said was they won't, if they come in the room and there's sex toys laid out, they're just going to turn around and leave.
Yeah, they're not cleaning the room or anything. Or it's like if you request, and it was just like. Usually when that happens, I'm so used to them not coming, but they actually did come to the hotel room and ask for the towels and the sheets to switch out, or if we need it. It's like if we had any trash or stuff like that. And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're not fully awake because everything goes so late. And especially at FetishCon, like they actually have the pool open 24/7 until the last day, until Sunday. Then the pool closes at midnight on Sunday. So from Thursday, when the event starts with all the hospitality, and then they actually, my mistake. They do close the pool for 2 hours just to clean it. Like they have to clean it there. But it was interesting that because we've gone in years past, what used to be the parking lot now is a parking garage, so it's automatically valet. So it was like, oh, okay.
Of which I drove all the way out there because I forgot not a sex toy. I've got my shaving kit. I'm Italian, shaving's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
They said they found it. I drove back over there, and then they couldn't find it. So they're shipping it to me.
Yeah.
But while I was out there, I did have a good content shoot.
Yes.
I went to a place called Spring Hill. Do you want to know what's in Spring Hill?
Nothing.
There are no hills. There are no springs. There are trees and an occasional light. There is nothing in Spring Hill except where I played. But otherwise, it was, wow. It was, I was there at night and there was no lights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what did I send you? The address I'm heading to is da-da-da-da-da-da. Just in case this turns into a Criminal Minds episode, as opposed to a play date.
Oh my God, yes. Well, it kind of reminds me of that, like one event I did that was out in the middle of like the swamps because, okay, so I had to go through my phones and that's what I was doing prior to this. And 3 hours later, I still haven't got to my goal of what I needed to get accomplished. And I still didn't find photos of that little area where I was doing readings that kind of freaked me out. Like it was literally in the middle of nowhere. And it was, yeah, it looked like it could have been a Criminal Minds, but it was an executive from Facebook that was their home. And I'm like, really?
Yes, but this is when they bought, it was a mansion.
Yeah.
It was huge.
It was huge. Yeah. It was just like, wow, I gotta do. It was just
that's what would be fun to do.
Yes.
Find like maybe 8 to 10 other couples who we can like to be with and stuff, and just rent a mansion for a weekend.
Yes.
Like the mansions in St. Pete.
Yes. Well, that's what Buy Events do when they have their monthly events. They have a mansion over in Tarpon Springs, which we have to go and attend soon. We haven't done that because our schedule has been
We need to go out more and be less busy.
Yes. So yes.
Stop complaining about it.
I'm
We're doing the
not.
best we can.
I know. We're trying, but that's what we're going to start with John's birthday party. John's
Yes.
birthday, and that's we figure it's a nice open place. Everyone could have drinks. They could have fun. You're limited to 2 free drinks and appetizers. So.
And besides the non-free, 12's the limit. Someone goes beyond 12. Thank you very much. That's what I have to say that.
My limit's 5. It's like, because I gotta know. It's like I don't even know how your metabolism is processing the alcohol. I want to make sure.
You used to drink me under the table.
I used to drink everybody under the table when we first met.
Who was a little hostess at downtown Pleasure Island, and bodies change.
Diabetes. I'm not a fan of diabetes. But maybe if I start running, maybe I'll cure it.
You have to start running again because you want to run marathons again.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. I got
it. I like your ass when you're running.
Yeah, I do.
It makes me want to chase you.
It hurts when it hurts. It's like, it's like I was running and I'm like, oh, my butt hurts. It was just like, you work so crazy. And that's why I do yoga. And I miss my one yoga instructor. She just retired. She's
damn Nita.
Yeah, damn Nita. It's like she's not doing it because she used to work muscles that I didn't even know existed. Like I would pull something, I was just like, oh my God, it hurt. But I love the results. It's all about the results.
There is something I would like to do.
Yes.
We did start tonight's broadcast.
Yes.
With tickling. I feel we need to finish it. It's tickling for some people an arousal thing. I know it is. I know that is, but it.
Well, what about you?
I'm the tickler, not the
tickly. No, you're gonna tickle it. Yes, it's like as soon as we get access to those videos, we'll send you copies of that video of, poor little like puppy got tickled, But now it's like this. But we actually have to end the broadcast a few minutes early because we need a little bit of a potty break because we have another meeting back to back at 8 o'clock. We cannot move. We cannot do that.
But
so
have yourselves a wonderful night.
Submit your questions. Let us know everything. So next broadcast is Labor Day weekend.
Are we doing it Monday?
It's right the Monday before your party. I guess we are.
Greece.
Oh my God!
I always wanted to go to Greece. I'm Italian. I always wanted to go to Greece.
What time is it over there? I'm so curious.
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for sex. It's always time for sex. What? I'd love to be in Greece.
Oh, I know. It's like, silly question. It's a silly thing. It's like, I love my big fat Greek wedding, and the next movie, the third one's going to be in Greece. So yeah.
That's like coming to me and saying, "Have I seen The Godfather or something?"
Oh yeah, you have seen The Godfather there. So anyway, yes, Labor Day weekend. Yes, we'll be here next Monday. Sure. Submit your questions, anything that you need in regards to the lifestyle, into kink, BDSM. We are available for coaching, one-on-one, group, also classes and workshops. I know SDC members, we have been promising you. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. We love you guys.
About fire cupping you.
And fire cupping. Well, yeah,
on camera.
Yes.
We should do that. I can set it on fire.
Yes, but we got to make sure that all the privates are covered. You
you get to lay on your stomach, and I will cover your butt.
Cover my butt. Well, I could just wear like leggings. Yes. No leggings.
Leggings.
Leggings
are flammable. I would prefer a towel.
A towel. Okay, fine. We'll figure that out.
Nylon leggings melt bad things. We have to run. We will see you later.
SexPositiveMe.com. SexPositiveMe also on social media. We'll see ya. Bye. Have a good night.